Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, of course I didn't save the setting when I turned the sound off. Music off. Hit save. There we go. Welcome everybody to the 7th week of the Twitch Blood Bullying highlights and spotlights. We're going to be doing something a little different this week. Mostly for a couple of reasons. Part of it is we didn't have a whole lot of match highlights submitted. We had a picture of a broken human team, and we had a very long clip which Muppatillo posted, which I appreciate, but everybody can go check that out at their own leisure, but I don't want to play a 15-minute clip or try and skip around and find the important bits. So if you're going to submit highlights, try and have them cut down to small little chunks. Today what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to go over the playoff format that we are using for our seeding season. We're going to talk about who's likely to make Emperors, Lords, and then be in the Knights divisions next season. We'll talk about the playoffs that we're going to do at the end of the season, and all that jazz. So you can find these rules. I'm sure when Seo posts this, he'll put a link in the description showing where you can go to find this. But the general gist is, as far as qualifying for next season, the top 2 coaches in each division of Emperor is going to make it, or top 2 coaches of each division of Europe is going to make it into Emperor automatically, and then the 2 best 3rd place finishers will also go in. That makes us a 10-team Emperor League. The other 2 3rd place finishers, as well as teams that finish 4th and 5th, are going to go into Lords, which is our Tier 2, and then everybody else will go into 2 Tier 3 divisions for Europe. Now that is assuming we don't have expansion from other coaches joining the league. If we do, there will possibly be more divisions of Knights. So we could have, that way we have room for expansion, but there'll be 1 Emperor's division, 1 Lord's division, and then there'll be however many Knights divisions we need. Those are used as filters to go up or down. More information on what that is will come out next season. As far as the US, the top 3 teams in each division will automatically qualify for US Emperors, and then the best 4th place finisher will also go into Emperors for next season. The other 2 4th place finishers and 5th and 6th place finishers, as well as the 2 best 7th place finishers, will all go into Lords, and then everybody else will go into Knights, again allowing room for expansion if we get any additional coaches for the next season. As far as the playoffs, the 4 winners of the divisions in Europe are going to play each other in a semifinal and then final to decide who is the champion of Europe. US is going to take the 3 divisional winners, and the best 2nd place team also play a semifinal and final to figure out who's the best in the US. And then the Europe champion and the US champion will battle each other to determine who is the Emperor for season 8, excuse me. And then there'll also be a stunty playoff. The top 2 EU stunty teams will play each other for top Europe stunty. Hi, Mad Frog. And the top US stunty teams will play each other for the top US stunty, and then the 2 best stunty teams will play each other and determine the stunty champion. So that is the general format. We're going to start looking at the different divisions, who I think will qualify, who still has a shot. So first we're going to talk about it from a standpoint of not worrying about who's qualifying for Emperors next year, but let's look at who might make the playoffs. So the playoffs for Europe is just going to be the 4 divisional winners, so that's pretty straightforward. So at this point we have Hot Grills and Lord Croak's Servants, Hunachi's Amazons, and Kubasta's Lizardsmen, both tied for 1st place in Europe Group A. Both have, let's see, that's 14 points. The Skaven squad here, Ratskaban Prisoners, not too far behind with 11 points. So he's behind a full 3 points. So you're looking at a win just to get caught up there, although his TV is way down. Hopefully those are just some MNGs, or did he lose a bunch of rats? He's got a level up still to roll. You know how much that drives me crazy, everybody. Looks like he's still mostly intact. Looks like a niggled gutter runner. And he's got a gutter runner level up to roll. He just named the Storm Merman both Dementor. So, yeah, he's not in that bad a shape, but how many rats is he missing? So he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so he's just this M and G, or is that a nickel? It's just an M and G, okay. And then he's got plenty of money in the bank, so he could easily start building the bench back up. So I'm not too worried about that. I just saw his TV and was like, what happened to his team? But these three guys, it's kind of a three-team race at this point. Crow Dog's still in the mix at 10 points. So you've got two teams with 14, 11, and 10. You've got 3 weeks left, assuming they haven't played yet this week. Nobody's played yet this week from this division. So you got 3 matches left to make up that gap. So I would say any of those 4 teams could potentially qualify. The Lizardman team looking strong at 1,400. Let's have a look at the Nurgle while we're at it. Let's see. Why am I blind? There he is. Let's have a look at this Lizardman team. Oh yeah, this is the. I always forget until I see it that this is the plus strength skink team. He has started to get some development on his Sorai. So he's got 2 blocks. He's got to stand firm on his Crocs. That's nice. Might have gone guard first there. This division particularly dodgy. Let's see, we've got some humans, goblins, Amazon, orc, dark elves. Yeah, never mind. I think stand firm was probably the way to go there. Keep the tail on the ball, or whomever. So I liked the stand firm there, given the rest of his division. And then you've got rats as well. So yeah, definitely a very dodgy division. Might even have been tempted to take 1 block and 1 tackle Saurus. But anyways, he's tied for first place, doing pretty well. You've got Hanachi's Amazons also up there, tied for first place. He's missing a guard blitzer for next game. He's got pretty good development, still very low TV because he's playing Amazons. No bench to speak of, though. That could hurt him if he runs into somebody who can beat him up a little bit. So this division's still fairly wide open, I would say, between those 4 teams. We didn't look at the Nurgle yet. So you got a plus strength Rodder, block warrior, stand firm beast. Good development on the Pestigors, block, dodge, and mighty blow. And he's got a 1-man bench. It's up to 3 rerolls now. I like that team a lot. The problem with Nurgle is they just start so slow. What's his let's see, what matchups have we got this week? So Rat Stars and Hot Girls. So that's gonna be a big game. That's gonna probably determine if the Nurgle team can stay in this or not. If he can beat up on the Amazons and can get a win there, I think he could take this. But we'll see. So the top team, as I said, for the playoffs this season, only the top team from each division is going to qualify for the playoffs. So it's whoever finishes first. So I think it's between those 4. I'm going to give the edge right now if I had to pick a winner. I like that Lizardman team probably to take it. But if Crow Dog gets a win over Hanachi this week, I'm willing to definitely put him in the mix. Crow Dog, obviously a very good coach. And the Nurgle his Nurgle are starting to get developed. That's when they get dangerous. Alright, so looking at Europe Group B, we've got Mad Frog's Orcs that are quite a bit out in front. You must have already played your game this week, Mad Frog. Ah, right. That tie with Mapatello's undead. Oops. Damn it. Sorry about that. So he's standing at 17 points already, but has played his 17th game. So if Anchor gets a win this week, he would go into first place above Mad Frog. Mapatello also hanging in there at 14 points. So we've got more people running away with this division a bit. There weren't any 5-win teams in Division A, and there are 2 5-win teams in Division B right now. So, but Muppet has already played his game this week and is at 14. So it's Anchor. That's gonna be who's Anchor playing this week? What was his actual team name? LVK Reborn. He is playing the Forgeborn Burr Meteors, which is that's gonna be a good game. Chaos Dwarves. That could be a tough one for the Amazons. Let's see. He doesn't have He's got a bit of Mighty Blow and plenty of tackle. I don't know. I think these Chaos Dwarves are gonna rustle the Amazon's feathers a bit in that game. Plenty of tackle, lots of Mighty Blow. Although I do believe Anchor has a very deep bench, if I remember correctly. Well, not as deep as I was thinking. He's got a 2-man bench. He's got sure hands on the thrower. Lodged up his catcher. Sidestep, movement, guard. One guard. That'll be a little helpful, but I would say the Chorvs very well could win that game. So if the Chorvs take down Anchor there, then that gives Mad Frog a 2-point lead over the Amazons with only 2 more games to play. But we will see. Yeah, my money's on Mad Frog at this point to win this division. Let's have a look at his team real quick. Oof. Lost his thrower. That's what he gets for having a thrower. Just him and G. Yep, just an MNG. He's just missing next game, no permanent damage done. You got a nice Agi-4 Blitzer, though, to carry the ball in the meantime. Movement up, Mighty Blow Blitzer, Tackle Blitzer. Team's developing. Nothing on the Black Orcs yet, though. Or wait a second, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 2 block Black Orcs, I take that back. These are the linemen down here. So, but I think Mad Frog is most likely going to take that division and qualify. Looking at Europe Group C. Oh, I saw your win earlier. Congrats. I'm not even going to guess how to say your name. Hydrogen, Lithium, Nickel, and Carbon. Golden Bee Company Chaos beating the Wandering Widowmakers, which are the team I picked last week to win the division. So he's up to 5 wins in 7 games. They've all played 7 games. So we played a lot of the games this week. Yeah, this division, early starters. Yeah, I saw that match report right before I started the stream. So Gratz, that's a big win there. Takes over first place with that. Let's have a look at his team. Chaos, another team that starts off slow, but once they get developing, they can be super dangerous. A couple of Mighty Blow, no Claw yet. Wow, so he beat the Dwarves with no Claw. 1 Tackle Beastman, and a Blodge Beastman, which is really nice. Yeah, 2 Chaos Warriors developing fairly well. The Mighty Blow one obviously is going to just skyrocket it. But that division's still wide open. Still a lot of things that can happen there. With him having the 2 losses, he's only at 15 total points. Whereas both the Dwarves and the Chaos Dwarves here are at 13 points. So they're only 2 points back. So with 2 weeks left, both could reasonably catch him. Yeah, that's a nice blodger you got there. Let's have a look at the Dwarves. This team's just really good. Congrats on beating him. This was definitely my team to win the division. Honestly, it might still be, depending on what the schedule for everybody looks like the rest of the way is. Let's have a look at that real quick. So next week he's got the Sea Guard, which are doing fairly well. So Chaos is against some High Elves that are doing fairly well. The Widowmakers are against Cthulhu Dreamers, which is Soulforged Dark Elves. So, you know, you give that advantage to matchup-wise to the Dwarves for the next week, and then the last week he's got Spirits of... Okay, so he's got the Amazon team that's having a rough season, so Chaos has a nice last week game. And the Wandering Widowmakers are playing the Ogres, who are doing very well this season. Who I think, don't they have a block? I think they might have 2 block Ogres, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 block Ogres on this team. So that'll potentially be a tough matchup for the Ogres. Or I mean for the dwarves. I don't know. It could go either way. That'll be interesting to watch. But I think it's between those two. Although we shouldn't discount this Chaos Dwarf team that's right there as well. Jay Sentinel's team. Let's have a look at his team. Going the full guard strat. Oh my gosh, he's got 2 level ups. He's not rolled on his bull. So God, I can't stand that. Roll your level ups. Stop trying to surprise your opponent. What does his schedule look like the rest of the way? He's got the same record as the dwarves. Next week he's got the ogres, and then the last week he's got goblins. So ogres and goblins. Theoretically, 2 games the Chaos Dwarfs should probably win, although that is a very solid. Both those teams are doing pretty well, considering they're ogres and goblins. So I don't know. That's a tough division to call. I'm gonna leave it up in the air. Ah, you had a wizard. That's how you beat him, or that helped. All right, so that was Group C. Let's have a look at Group D. Wait, did I skip a group? Did I do Group C? Yes, okay, that was Group C. Group D. Alright. Mr. Mo still out in front. I've been picking him all along, and he's not letting me down yet. Shawnee's still fairly close by, so you've got 16 points for the Khemri, who still haven't played their... Nobody's played their game this week yet from this group. Khemri Orcs are right there at 14 points, so you got 16, 14. And then Shawnee is sitting at 11. Let's have a look at Mr. Mo. He's got the plus strength Blitz Ross. I mean, he hasn't died. He has not died. Still got the mighty blow now. I'm not sure if he had mighty blow before or not. I think he did. But strength 4 and mighty blow, Blitz Ross, nice. He's got 2 block throw Raws. He's got leader on one of them. He's got block on a skeleton. Tomb Guardians are very underdeveloped, but what are you gonna do? No bench. Needs to get himself a bench. He's got plenty of money though. Could easily buy a couple of skeletons to give himself a bench for fouling. And then you've got Bobby Bentang right behind him on Orcs. Fists of Orca. The Movement 8 Orc wants to be an elf. A fast elf at that. It's basically a plus strength plus armor human catcher. No, not really. He doesn't have dodge. No, there's not a lot of 8-3-3-9 players out there to really compare him to. Nice development though. I like this orc team quite a bit. Guard first on the black orcs is unusual. I guess you're just focusing on killing everything with the blitzers, and the black orcs are just there for assists. He's 4-2-0, who might argue. Typically see block first on black orcs, but he's gone with guard on them. This division, I mean, you're dealing with Khemri and ogres. I guess he wanted just the extra, and chaos, I guess he just wanted the extra strength available. Let's have a look at Shawnee's chaos team. The only loss on it, the only blemish on his record is that loss he inherited, which is not his fault, but he subbed in for us. He's got 2 beastmen that he's not rolled level ups yet on. He's got a developing killer, just needs to get him tackle. Maybe he'll go piling on then tackle, or tackle then piling on, one of the two. He's got Blodge, block beastman, 2 block chaos warriors. Chaos team's developing pretty nicely for Shawnee. I've been going with Mr. Mo the whole way. I'm still going to go with Mr. Mo. So I guess this week my predictions for the European playoffs would be Kubusta's Lizards from Group A. Mad Frog's Orcs from Group B. This is the one that's hard to call. It's just tough. That dwarf team's just really solid. I think I'm still going to go with the dwarves even though they're not in first place anymore. Chaos had a big win this week. I don't want to take that away from you, but I still think that that dwarf team's really solid. It can still take that home. But you're going to have to lose. I mean, it's balls in his court. So if he wins out, then there's nothing the dwarves can do about it. From Group C, and then looking at Group D, Mr. Mo on the Camry. Alright, that is the European, my predictions for qualifying for the playoffs. Let's have a look at the US divisions. Alright, Group A, this is the division I'm in and doing terrible. I'm missing a troll for my next game, that's why my TV's 800. We've got Sasa, who's the person I played this week, way out in front at 18 points, 6-0-1, but has played his 7th match. Stringer's been sort of front-running this whole time on this Necro squad. If he gets a win, that'll put him up above Sasa's. Let's see, who's he play this week? Oh, he's got a fairly easy game this week. He's playing the humans that have had a terrible season. So I would assume Stringer's going to take that game running away. So I think that'll put him back in front. I think I'm going to definitely be going with Stringer. Stringer's team's been battered and broken a lot this season, but he's just a really good coach, and he's... Oh, wow. His white got movement busted, too. He's finally got both of his werewolves back. He had 2 werewolves, one with Mighty Blow, that both died in the same game like week 3 or 4. And he spent since then trying to save up enough money to replace both of them. Fortunately, that happened the game right before he played me, and I managed to get a draw out of him. He had enough money to buy one of the werewolves back, but not both of them. And now his white's movement busted. You're still going to probably keep that white, though, with Mighty Blow and Tackle on him. Does have a Blodge Step Ghoul. Let's look at Sasa's lizards as well. Sitting technically at the top for now. Oh wow, he rolled a Block Skink. He did not have that for his game against me this week, so he rolled that after the match. Very nice. I just don't see the Necro losing a game. The Necro have got to lose a game for him to catch him. So I fully expect Stringer to win that match. Who's he got next week? Why am I not seeing him? Oh, they play each other next week. That'll be the game. This will probably decide who wins the division, in my opinion. Although I am discounting Eisen Mike's Orcs a little bit. They are also at 5-0-1. So if he wins this week, he'll also be up there at 6-0-1. This is a strong division. Who's he playing this week? Oh, the Norse. Pieces of Minds Norse squad. I should show it this week. He complained last week that I didn't mention his team. He's got a Block Yeti. Very solid. Runners, Blodge, Sidestep. I played him early on in the season. I think that Blodged Runner was pretty much his only level at that point in time. He's got a Tackle Lineman. Movement Busted Zerker. A Rookie Runner. That'll be a tough game for the Orcs, I feel like. That Yeti may put in some work. Let's have a look at Eisen Mike's team. He's got the plus agility blitzer. He's got 2 level ups he's not rolled yet. He's got 1 block Black Orc. So, that'll be an interesting game. So if Mike wins that, he'll go to 6-0-1. I expect Stringer to win his game this week and go to 6-1-0. And then you'll have basically what I think will probably decide who wins this division right here. Although the Orcs will get a fairly easy one. I think Troubleshooters are not doing well. Yeah, Woundabaz, Dark Elves are not doing well this season. And then who's week 9? Oh wow. Stringer's got to go through the gauntlets. He's playing the 2 teams. Well, he's certainly got it in his hands. He is playing the 2 teams that are trying to catch him the last 2 weeks of the season. So that'll be fun to watch. So I think we're going to see how that shakes out. But I'm gonna stick with Stringer Bell as my prediction. Now, the interesting thing in the U.S. for qualifying for the playoffs is the second best, or the best second place record is also going to qualify for the playoffs. So even if you don't win your division, you can still qualify for the playoffs in the U.S. You just have to have the best record otherwise. And one of these two teams could easily have that. Whoever doesn't win that division can still be going to the playoffs. Although Group C's got a lot of really monster records in it as well. Looking at Group B, we've got Fiction and Lifeguard out and tied for first place. So you've got Kislev and Vampires leading the division. Sukari had been my pick pretty much all season to win this division, and I think he's lost his last 2 games. I know he lost the one this week against, yeah, he lost the one this past week against the Kislev. Week before he did win. Okay, so his first loss was earlier in the season, and then he lost this past week to Fiction. So you got Vampires and Kislev. That's mind-blowing. And you got Halflings in 4th place. The U.S. qualifiers for the Stunty is pretty much already decided. You've got Pig Sofa there, and then you've got a couple of solid. Well, I think you got Ogres here. No, you've got Itchin's Goblins. Oh no, that's Europe. Damn it, went the wrong way. Oh, we'll come back to it. I'm getting off track. I'll come back to Stunties. Anyways, let's look at Lazy Lifeguard. His Vamps undefeated at 4-2-0. You got Pass, Block, Accurate. Wow, he rolled another passing skill. Huh. Is Accurate really worth it? I mean, you got access to strength skills. You don't need it on short passes. You could pick up Strong Arm whenever you want. I don't know. I guess he wanted to use the doubles, but I don't know. I think I go Dodge there. I don't think I take Accurate. Go Dodge and then maybe Strong Arm at some point, but passing Vampires. He also seems to not particularly like Dodge. Most Vampire coaches will go Dodge first. He's taking Block first on all of his Vampires except the one that rolled doubles. Team's developing very nicely. He's got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's only got a one-man bench, but he's got plenty of money in the bank if he wants to add to that. And then Fiction's Kislev. This was a good game last week between him and Sakari. He's got a Block, Tackle, Blitzer, Dodge, Guard, Catcher, Agility Up, Catcher, Agility Busted Lineman that he's refusing to fire. He's had him for weeks. Agility Up Lineman with Wrestle, and another Wrestle Lineman. He's down a player, so he'll have a loner for his next game. I'm going to go with the Vampire team. I think the Vampires are going to take this. Fiction has been putting a ton of time into Kislev. Definitely knows what he's doing with them. But I like the idea of a Vampire team qualifying. So you're probably not getting the second best record, or the best second place record. I keep missaying that. The best second place record out of this division. It's probably either going to be out of Group A or Group C, and we'll look at Group C here in a second. We can look at Sukari's team. Was there and we're going to look at the Halfling team just because it's impressive that they're in 4th place. Pig Sofa definitely knows. If anybody knows how to play Halflings, it's Pig Sofa. He's got Guard on his Sprat Ogre, Mighty Blow Storm Vermin, a rookie Storm Vermin. He's still got Teemo, his really good Gutter Runner with plus Agility and Blanche. And then he's got a Wrestle Gutter Runner. He's also going to have a loner for his match this week. So not a ton of development there. He's got a couple really nice players. Well, he's got one really nice player. Let's look at Pig Sofa's Halflings. He's got a Block tree and a Movement Up tree. Damn. And, oh my god. This is probably one of the best Halfling teams I've ever seen. And it's only got a few level ups. He's got a Break Tackle Movement Up tree. He's got a Block tree. He's got an Agility Up. And I asked him about this in my stream. Why Pro over Block on that double? And it's specifically so that he can reroll landing rolls when he throws him around. And then he's got a Sidestep Halfling. So that is a really nice Halfling team. and he's putting some work in. He's at 2-3-1 on the season. Halfling's almost up to 1,000 TV. That is an impressive Halfling squad. I would love to pick him to win the division, but he can't at this point. I don't think he can even statistically. So he's at 6-9 points, and the leaders are at 14. Well, I guess he could. Everyone in front of him would have to fall on their face, though. So, all right. And then we've got U.S. Group C still to look at. This division is stacked. The top part of this division is crazy. You've got Shattered, who I've been picking all along to win the division. I'm not going to change that now. He's at 6-0-0. You've got Agrain's Underworld team. Now, I talked to Shattered the other day. They are planning on playing. They are actually playing each other this week, so those top two teams are playing. And they are planning on playing that match Saturday, I believe. And I'm going to see when they're playing it. I might try and stream it live if I can, because I don't think either of them stream. But I will probably be at work, depending on when they play. But I got to get more information from Shattered about that. I suppose I could check them. Actually, I could look on the forum. Let's see. I assume it probably says in here. I've got the forum open. Give me 1 second. U.S. divisions. C. They are playing. They are playing later in the day Saturday. So I will be at work. So I will unfortunately not be able to broadcast that. But that will likely be the game of the week next week. You've also got Chaos Dwarves that are doing well. You've got Norse that are doing fairly well, although they've played their 7th game to get up to that point in the standings. So these other 3 teams have all not played their Week 7 match yet. So let's have a look at those top teams. Let's have a look first at Shattered. He's got a level up he needs to roll. Damn you, Shattered. So level up on the thrower. He's got Blodge Tackle, Blodge Mighty Blow. He's got Dodge on one of his catchers, and then he's got a level up on a thrower. Team's developing fairly well. He's not going to have any loners for the next game for a change. Love the development on the blitzers there, though. And then you've got Agrain's Underworld. He has the Mighty Blow Claw combo on a blitzer. He's got Mighty Blow Tackle as well. He's got Block on a thrower, Wrestle on both of his line rats, and 1 2-headed Goblin. That is a very, very strong start. No level up on the Troll, unfortunately. But, yeah, that is exactly what you want in an Underworld team. Those are the 2 perfect blitzers with your first level ups. Mighty Blow Claw and Mighty Blow Tackle. That is exactly what you want to do with your blitzers. So he's looking strong, and then this Chaos Dwarf team, which is close behind. He's got Guard on 2 of his Dwarf blockers, 1 Mighty Blow, Sure Hands Hobgoblin, Block and Dodge on his Bulls. Pretty normal development there, nothing crazy. Fair bit of development on the Longbeards, which is nice. I still think Shattered's going to win this division, but a lot of it's going to depend on that match this weekend. If Agrain wins that match, he will take over first place. If they tie, or if Shattered wins, he'll still be in first place. So the other playoff qualifying team, the best second place record, will probably either be from this division or from Group A. But Group A is going to kind of eat itself because those top teams are all playing each other towards the end of the season. So that is our playoff preview. So let's have a look. The other thing I mentioned, so that's the Emperor to crown who is the Emperor for the league. We also have to crown a Stunty champion. And so the top Stunty teams, the top 2 from Europe and the top 2 from US, will play each other. And then the winner of that match will play each other to determine the overall winner. So let's have a look at our Stunty teams. If only there was a way to sort by that. Looking at Europe, Group A, we just have a single Goblin team, and they are 1-0-5. Not going to be them. Europe, Group B, we've got another Goblin team at 0-6. Not going to be them. Europe, Group C, we've got a Goblin team at 2, 3, and 2. Probably going to be one of the qualifying. We also have right behind him an Ogre team at 2, 1, and 3. Ben's Ogres. So you're looking at 7 points for Bend and 9 points for Itchin. And if we look at Group D, I believe Ceremal's Ogres are in Group D, and they're doing pretty well. He's got a lot of ties, though. He's at 1, 4, so that's only 7 points. So he's actually tied with the other Ogre squad. So Itchin's probably going to qualify, and then it's going to come down to which one of the Ogre teams can take it. So you've got the Goblins at 9 points, and you've got the 2 Ogre teams at 7 points. Let's have a look at Ceremal's team. He's got a block guard, an Agi-up or Ogre, a break tackle Ogre. He's got a dirty player Nobbler, 3 rerolls as well. The other guy's got 2 block Ogres. He doesn't have any Agi-up Ogres. He also has a dirty player Nobbler, but his dirty player Nobbler is armor 4. Although, really, once you're down to 4 or 5 armor, I'm not sure if it's too much of a difference. I mean, I know statistically it is, but they're going to die to a stiff breeze regardless. I think I would put my money on Ceremal, probably. So you're looking, I'm thinking it's going to be Itchin, it's Goblins, and Ceremal's Ogres from Europe. And then if we look at the US divisions, we got my Goblins who are not doing well this season. I'm not going to make it. Group B, we've got Pig Sofa's Halflings, which I'm pretty confident are going to make it. They're at 9 points. They've got another Halfling team here who's not doing well at all. And then if we go to US Group C, wait a minute. Maybe I am going to make it. We don't have any Ogres in the US? Okay, so Tilly's out of the league. He is dropped. So that's not even an actual team. Yeah, he's got 2 points. And Pig Sofa's got 7 or 9. I think I just realized I might actually qualify for the US Stunty right now, as of right now. I'm at 4 points. So I'm the second best Stunty in the US at 1, 1, and 5. I didn't even realize. I just assumed there was no chance. So there is a chance that I'm still in this at 1, 1, and 5. That win was pretty big. And so was my draw, I guess. So yeah, so I guess I'll pick myself, and a Pig Sofa is obviously qualified. It just comes down to whether it's me or Corn Knight as the second team. So I think he was the O2 and something. That's the wrong division. Was it Corn Knight? I think it was. Oh no, Bush Rangers Halflings at O2 and 4. I thought I gotta be missing somebody. Wasn't there? There's not a Goblin team in Group C? No, there's not. Huh. Well. How about that? Well, let's have a look at the teams that are probably going to qualify. We already looked at his Halflings. My Goblins are not anything particularly special. Here we are. I'm missing a troll for the next game, which is going to be rough. My good troll, my block troll, is out for a game. Actually, he just got block. He got hurt and then got the MVP and got block. So he just now got block. I haven't even gotten to use him yet. The other troll has no SPP, and I have a sidestep goblin, and that's it. So I have very little development on this team. I've not been scoring much. Lost 2-0, lost 3-0, lost 2-1, tied 1-1, lost 1-2, won 2-1, and lost 0-2. So, but I play goblin mostly for the fun. So, but it looks like we might qualify. All right, that is our playoff preview show. Thank you for tuning in to the Week 7 State of the League for the Twitch Blood Bowl League. This week we looked at the future playoff pictures and my predictions as to who I think is headed there. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and please hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more videos about the league. Thank you.